Past is a history, future is a mystery. All we have is now. That's why they call it present. It's a gift. Time is not the linear path we imagine. It does not flow around us while we stand as passive observers. Rather, we are the vessels through which time expresses itself. This is not mysticism, but a profound reflection on consciousness itself. The present moment, this eternal now, is the only true reality we can grasp. Yet within it lies folded both past and future. Your future self exists already in potential, not as a fixed certainty, but as the culmination of countless small decisions made in consecutive present moments. Consider how often we experience recognition of something we have never seen before. The French call it déjà vu, already seen. But what if these moments are not glitches in memory, but glimpses of a reality where time operates differently than our conscious minds perceive? What if your intuition is actually your consciousness reaching across the artificial boundaries of linear time? The ancient Stoics understood this peculiar relationship with time. They knew that to live well meant to understand that the present is all we truly possess. Marcus Aurelius wrote of this understanding, that the past and future exist only in thought, while the present is our sole possession. This is not simply philosophical abstraction. Modern physics increasingly suggests that our conventional understanding of time may be fundamentally flawed. The block universe theory proposes that past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. A view that aligns curiously well with ancient wisdom. Your choices today are not creating your future. They are revealing it. Each decision peels back another layer, separating you from the person you are becoming. Or perhaps more accurately, the person you already are, but have not yet recognized. The question then becomes, not what you will do tomorrow, but who you are in this moment. For in embracing the fullness of now, you connect with all you have been and all you will be. There exists a profound connection between consciousness and the world we perceive. Your thoughts are not merely electrical impulses confined within the boundaries of your skull. They are active forces that ripple outward into the fabric of existence itself. This is not New Age fantasy, but a deeper reflection on the nature of consciousness and its relationship to material reality. The ancient Stoics intuited this when they distinguished between what we can control and what we cannot. Our judgments, they realized, shape our experience far more profoundly than external circumstances. What they grasped through wisdom, quantum physics now approaches through science. The observer affects the observed. When you direct your attention toward a possibility, you begin a process of collapsing infinite potential into specific form. Your expectations become instructions to your perception. The mind does not merely receive reality, it participates in creating it. This is why two people can experience the same event differently. Each is interacting with reality through the lens of their own consciousness. Consider how often your anticipation of an event shapes its unfolding. The anxious speaker who expects to fail creates precisely the conditions for failure. The confident one who expects connection often finds it. This is not magical thinking, but the natural result of how attention shapes behavior and perception in subtle but cumulative ways. Philosopher Heraclitus noted that character is destiny. What he recognized was that our internal patterns of thought and behavior inevitably shape our external circumstances. The world responds not merely to your actions, but to the quality of consciousness behind those actions. This places enormous responsibility in your hands. Each thought is a seed planted in the fertile soil of possibility. What you dwell upon repeatedly gains strength, organizing both your perception and your behavior around it. Your predominant thoughts are not predictions of your future, they are architects of it. The question becomes not what will happen to you, but what reality your consciousness is calling forth through its most persistent patterns of attention and belief. This is the end of this video. I know it's a short video, but we wanted to keep things concise because I value your time. Now, as we stand at the threshold between who you have been and who you are becoming, consider that this entire Exploration has been less about acquiring new knowledge and more about remembering what your deeper self has always known. Mind takes the shape of its container. If you walk with toxic surroundings, you become toxic and depressed. If you walk with a politician, you will become decisive and manipulative, knowingly or unknowingly. We mainly create videos on philosophy, psychology, even hierarchical systems. If you're interested, join our Sigma tribe just by subscribing. Thanks. Watch our most loved video on Zeta males, the rebels, or the monks, Omega males. Back to the video. The journey of awakening is never linear. It spirals between moments of profound clarity and necessary confusion, between certainty and doubt, between surrender and determined action. Some will read these words and feel an immediate resonance, as if recognizing a truth they've always carried within. Others might find themselves resistant, the rational mind creating barriers against ideas that threaten its authority. Both responses are equally valid paths to growth. The question is not whether these concepts are objectively true in some absolute sense, but whether they serve as useful lenses through which to view your experience. Would you rather live as a passive recipient of circumstance, or as an active participant in reality's unfolding? Would you choose to see yourself as limited by past conditioning, or as continuously called forward by future potential? Are you more aligned with a universe of random chaos or meaningful pattern? Your answer creates the very experience you will have. Perhaps the most powerful insight is that consciousness itself is the primary creative force in your lived experience, not in a simplistic think positive framework that denies genuine challenge, but in the deeper understanding that how you relate to what happens determines its meaning and impact. The same event that breaks one person becomes another's catalyst for transformation. The difference lies not in the event, but in the consciousness that meets it. As our exploration concludes, I invite you to sit with these ideas, not as abstract philosophy, but as living questions. How might you live differently if you truly believed your future self was already complete, calling you forward? What would change if you trusted that your deepest intuitions were messages from a wisdom beyond your current limitations? How would your relationship with challenges transform if you saw them not as obstacles but as necessary passages to your becoming? Reflect on, or discuss, how these concepts might illuminate your current life circumstances. What parts of your experience take on new meaning when viewed through these lenses? Where might you be resisting your own evolution? And what first step could you take toward embracing it? The answers, as always, already exist within you, waiting not to be discovered, but remembered.